Here we go. Come on, let's go for a walk. Hey, one of our favorite times. Me and my little buddies taking a walk here. These guys see and smell things that us poor humans don't even get an understanding of. One of the big lessons in life we can learn, not just life, but all kinds of parts of our lives, including business, is loyalty. The sense of loyalty that you get from them makes you feel the same way about them. Whether it's your family, your wife, your kids, your friends, and in business, your customers, your suppliers, the people that work for you every day. An honest sense of loyalty is a great way to build relationships at all levels. Well, my dad started the business in 1947. He stumbled into the steel business. He was actually trying to make some parts out of steel. He wasn't doing very well with it. When he went to sell his steel, he found somebody who was in great need. In those days, steel was very tough to get, and he ended up selling his steel for a lot more than he paid for it, and decided maybe there's a business here. And along came somebody who heard that he was a businessman in need of money. The guy came and he had money, and they formed a partnership. They achieved success for a while, but like many things, once you have achieved success, you start seeing the things you don't like about your partner. And after a number of years, somebody finally figured out a way for Dad to buy his partner out. Herb Jones. Herb came to Steel Warehouse when my dad needed somebody that knew how to run this slitting line. It was the first one in the area, and they formed an instant respect for each other. Dad started giving him more and more responsibilities for maintenance. Occasionally he builds some piece of equipment that let us do something we otherwise couldn't do in the plant. And at one point, somebody heard about Herb's ability to build equipment and gave him a contract to build a super heavy slitting line, something that piece of equipment that could do some things that there really wasn't any other equipment around that actually could do it that efficiently. And so Herb was building this equipment for the fella in some real makeshift situations, equipment-wise. And Herb told me what he was building, and I saw what he had built. I said, wow, this is terrific. So I went to my father and said, Dad, you know, Herb's building all this special equipment. It's not real expensive. He does it himself, except he doesn't have money. I think we ought to talk to him about building stuff for us. We formed a partnership. We called the little machinery company Jones Engineering after Herb. It survives to this day, and it has the same philosophy. Find something that nobody else can do, that if we could do it a different way, it would be more efficient, or it would be unusual and special, that when you have a sense for what you think you can get to, and as you look at these things and say, well, what's the worst case? If we don't quite make it, but it still does this, or if it doesn't make it, but we could rebuild this, you start thinking these things through, and you don't let the normal kinds of stops, well, I don't know, that's too risky, get in your way. And that attitude, that culture, is the Steel Warehouse culture, and it's been very effective for us through the years.